Hello everyone, this is John Goodman. This is my entry to the Kegger lightsaber contest. This is my Kegger, entitled Advent. It's extensively modified K3GR1, many thanks to Ace Rocket. It features a Tri-Rebel built by X-Wing Band and the Crystal Focus by Irv, many thanks to each of you. This is the first of two videos. The first video I'm just going to walk you through the modifications I've done to the outside and the inner bits. The second video will show the blade, which is a neat feature. It is a cyan white Tri-Rebel, which essentially means when driven by the Crystal Focus it has a cyan blade full time, and upon impact the blade will strobe white just for an instant. It's a pretty neat effect, and it's a really neat look on the cyan. Go ahead and look at the saber here. From the front end you see we did a lot of modifications. We did 3 gills. I wanted to reduce the diameter of this section here, so I turned that down on the lathe. I used a Graflex knob as sort of an homage to the original Graflex lightsaber in A New Hope. Went ahead and just did a standard activation switch. There's some engraving and a little bit of dried blood here on the emitter that fits in with the backstory of the saber. The brass ports, I got the idea from another Kegger member. I forgot your name, I'm sorry, but I saw it in the Graflex challenge. I thought it was really innovative. Really difficult to implement in the Kegger just because of the way everything assembles. So you essentially have to wire in the Tri-Rebel first and build from the front back, because once these are in you can't rotate it. I turned this down from the original diameter just to reduce weight. It was a little more comfortable for my grip. This part from here to here, though not a lot of space, houses the speaker, the recharge port, a set screw, and the secondary activation switch. Also the rumbling motor is situated right above it, so a lot of components in that little itty bitty bit. The battery sits here in the middle. I had to deepen this hole so that it would fit the batteries without jutting out into this space. The main grip, what I'm going to do probably tomorrow, is hit this with glass beads, just blast it, and then sand the raised edges, leaving just the whitish frosted color on the inside grooves. I think that'll be a neat look. This was originally intended to be the recharge port. I decided to scrap it and make it a crystal pommel. Thanks to LDM for that idea. The reason why I needed to make that a crystal pommel was the main feature of the lightsaber. Aside from the exterior edits, I really wanted to make it special. And so what I did was build one of my G-cores. G stands for Goodman. Duh. The G-core here, as you can see, let me see if I can get a little closer, is essentially designed to hide all the wiring and the components. The Crystal Focus, you can see, is down in there where I can access the volume, and really cover up everything else with what I would imagine a real lightsaber would look like on the inside. There's a radiator panel on the back end. This, I guess, would be the power cell of some sort, and so you've got again, power gates that run through. Took a little bit of inspiration aesthetically from Anakin Skywalker's pod racer in episode 1. The best part about that otherwise crappy movie. As you can see, it's pretty neat. There's this brass panel. It's actually a faux panel. I can click that out and see the CF card. CF sits right in there. There's a couple of accent LEDs back here. This is a photo etched copper sheet. It's about 1/1000 of an inch thick. It allows me to get a little more detail than these straight lines this way and this way, so those are pretty neat, I think. Little eyeballs. Moving to the front end, we'll go ahead and remove the blade set screw. Oh, by the way, I also created a matching emitter plug. This goes in here, like that. The way it's machined, you can see the crystal from all angles, and on the top angle is where it impacts the set screw. The front shroud can also be removed. Go ahead and remove that. Slides out to the side, and you can see here we have the inside of the core. The neat thing is that when you insert The emitter plug, you can see it sitting down in there. Sort of neat. So the brasses design and the crystal, don't know if it'll zoom there, but see the crystal sitting right there. The sides allow, again, a little bit more depth. These grills allow the light to shoot downwards instead of directly out when matched with the shroud, rather than just drilling straight down. There's the top end. I also went ahead and milled out these grooves here. Allows you to see a little bit of detail that I laid on the inside, taken from Corbin's original Killer Penny, as we all know, upon which the K3GR1 is based. It had those ribs in there, so I tried to replicate some of that. Switch sits just like that. This screw doesn't move. This screw, however, can be removed to pull off the shroud. There's the other end. So this is the saber as it sits, naked, without its clothes. You've got your main components here, both your front end and your back end. Again, this is John Goodman. This is video 1 of 2. Check out the second video to see it all in action.